Hello friends, I am Dr. Praveen Tripathi. I am a consultant psychiatrist and sexual disorder specialist. In this video, I want to talk about a very important psychiatric disorder which is schizophrenia. Now, I want to tell you the history of a patient who had schizophrenia, and I would try to point out the important aspects of this illness. So, this is a real story, this is a real case history. I saw this patient like an year back. He was somewhere around 19 or 20 years old boy, and he was a Delhi boy. He used to live in Delhi. After 12th class, he went to Pune for his higher studies. Of course, I would not disclose the name. We never disclose the name to ensure the confidentiality. But let me tell you about the illness per se. So this boy went to Pune, and after a month or so, he called his father and said that he feels that his classmates, his batchmates, they do not like him and they are trying to create trouble for him. When the father asked how, he replied that they keep on staring at him and at times they make funny noises. Father advised him that see, these things happen, you have joined a new college, sometimes kids tend to tease each other, and don't give it too much importance, everything will become fine. A couple of weeks later, the boy again called and said that things are becoming worse, and he said that it appears that the other students have kind of made a group against him and they want that he should leave the college, and they laugh at him and they talk about him. The father again advised that please do not get into all this, such groupings happen in college, it's not a big deal, just ignore these things. After that, the patient did not call back. Which was weird because earlier he used to call almost every day, but he decreased the frequency of calls and finally stopped calling altogether. After a month or so, the father got a call from the warden of the hostel that come to Pune immediately. Your son does not appear to be in right state of mind, and you need to take him back and get him treated. The father went to Pune hurriedly. And when he reached there, when he saw his child, he was taken aback. The child had lost substantial amount of weight. He was looking very thin, and he was not properly groomed. It appeared that he was wearing the same clothes for many days. It appeared that he had not taken a bath for many days. It also looked as if he has not slept for many days. His eyes were looking weird. And the history that he got from the warden was that he stopped going to the college like 1 month back, and then his weird behaviors increased, to use the words used by warden, and he stopped talking to the roommates also. There were two other boys who were living with him in the same room. He stopped talking to them, and he would always be on the system, he would always be on the laptop. After some time, he stopped eating properly. He would eat minimally. He would be seen awake till very late in the night, and he also put very thick curtains on all the windows. So when the roommates saw all these things, they informed the warden, and then the warden informed the father. So the boy was brought back to Delhi, and he was brought to our center. I, along with other doctors, we interviewed the boy, and the history that the boy gave was very typical. The boy said that in the college initially, he felt that there were two, three students who were talking about him and who were making fun of him. When we asked him, how do you know? He said they would look at me in a strange way. And then he went on to say that after some time, not only those 2-3 students, more students started becoming unfriendly towards him, and they started hatching some kind of conspiracy against him. So we asked this patient that what was the conspiracy. He replied that the conspiracy was to get him to get him out of the college. They wanted him out of the college. And when we asked him that how do you know, he said that just by their looks I could infer that they want me out of this college. And then the patient said that they started creating troubles for him. They would bang the door of the room, and they would make funny noises, strange voices. He would hear strange voices, and all of those things were also being done by those boys. Then we asked him, okay, if these things were happening, why didn't you talk to your roommates? So he said that initially I tried talking to them, but they said it's nothing, it's all a figment of your imagination. And after some time, they also became a part of their gang. They also started trying to trouble me. Then we asked him, okay, why did not you talk to the teachers? Why didn't you approach the teachers? He said that even teachers were a part of this conspiracy. And he said that even teachers wanted me out of the college. And when we asked, how do you know that? He said that I saw one of the batchmates talking to one of the children, one of the teachers, and both of them were smiling. So I understood the way they were talking to each other, that they were talking about me and they were trying to hatch a conspiracy against me. He further said that even my passwords were hacked, all my accounts were hacked. And when we asked him, how do you know that? He said that a strange screen appeared on my laptop and I understood that it has been hacked. That is why I changed all the passwords. And when we asked, why have you put such thick curtains? He said that the students who used to live across the street, they had installed some strong cameras and they were looking at him all the time. And to protect himself, he had to put thick curtains. He further, when we asked him that, we also got to know that you keep on talking to yourself. Why do you do so? He said, I don't talk to myself. I hear the voices of those two students clearly. I hear them talking about me and they use obscene language and I just respond to them. And when I asked him that, okay, so you hear the voices of those two students and can you see them too? Were you able to see them too? He said, no, I would not be able to see them, but I could hear the voices very clearly. And when I asked him, how is it possible that you are just hearing the voices, you can't see them? He said, I don't know, probably they had put some kind of speaker or some kind of mic or something of that sort. And so he was brought back to Delhi, and this is all information we got in the interview. And if you look at this history, this is kind of classical history for an illness called as schizophrenia. Now the schizophrenia or schizophrenia, different people pronounce it differently. It's a very not common mental illness, but a serious mental illness. The prevalence is around 1%, and the characteristic symptoms are these two. When the child, the patient, when he says that people were trying to were hatching a conspiracy against me, and in that conspiracy his friends were also there, other students were also there, teachers were also there. All this is what is called as a delusion. Delusion is a false belief. In this case, the belief that everybody is getting together and hatching a conspiracy against me. This particular delusion is called as delusion of persecution. He also had delusion of reference, that people are laughing at me, people are looking at me, people are staring at me. And when he says that he hears voices of two classmates who are talking amongst themselves, this is the classical history of auditory hallucinations. So he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and we started the treatment. Now in schizophrenia, the treatment is primarily medical. We have to use medications and we use antipsychotics. In this case, we started him on an antipsychotic named olanzapine. After 5 days, his parents came back, the patient also came back, that the medication he's not able to tolerate the medication well. He's sleeping a lot. And this happens. Now many a times patients or family members do not go to psychiatrists fearing that they would be started on medications which would have really bad side effects. Or sometimes people think that the patient should be started on sleeping pills. Now in this case too, the patient was sleeping excessively after the medications were started, but when we got to know about it, all we did was we reduced the dosage. Now different people respond to different dosages. Sometimes, so we usually start with the standard dose, and if we see that there are certain side effects, we tend to manage the dose. This is a standard practice used by all psychiatrists. So in this case too, we decreased the dosage, and after that he was able to tolerate it well. He would not sleep excessively. He started becoming better in a span of couple of days or weeks. He started improving. It took some time before he became completely better, but the improvement was steady. And a couple of weeks back, I got to talk to him, and he had improved significantly. The parents got him into some other college in Delhi itself, in some other college, and the parents said that he has improved significantly, except that he still does not study as well. But overall, he had improved significantly. Now, this is a case of schizophrenia. Now, the problems. In this case, though the child, the patient had been on medications regularly for almost 6-7 months, still there is always a possibility that he would get bored of medication and he would stop it. It often happens that when the patient starts recovering, when the symptoms start to go away, there is this tendency to say that, okay, now I'm fine and let me stop the medications. Some people say that let me see what happens if I stop the medications. And sometimes parents, because of the stigma, because of the shame that the child is on psychiatric medication, they want to stop the medication. And in many cases, the relatives, the friends, they just start giving their own knowledge, baseless knowledge, that don't take medications for too long, this would happen, that would happen, and they kind of act as a catalyst in stopping the medication. The problem is, if the medications are stopped at this stage, there is a high likelihood that the symptoms would come back. If a person has developed the first episode of schizophrenia, the treatment should continue for at least 1 to 2 years, preferably 2 years. And yes, side effects may happen. Some people report excessive sleep, some report gain of weight, and these kind of things do happen. But they are usually taken care of with changes in the dosages of medications. In some cases, the medication is changed, the molecule is changed, but usually it can be taken care of without any difficulty. So if this child can continue with the medication for 2 years, the chances that he would recover are very good, significantly nice. In this case, there was another good thing that happened. Now there is something called as DUP, duration of untreated psychosis, which means the time gap between the onset of symptoms and the seeking of treatment. When was the treatment started? How long did it take to start the treatment after the symptoms were there? Now if the DUP is less, it is good prognosis. The patient tends to respond better. If the DUP is longer, then the prognosis becomes worse. The patient would not respond as well to the medication. In our country, in Indian subcontinent, many times when somebody develops a psychiatric illness, the family members take the person to the faith healers. They take the person to the priest, and they take the person to the temples or mosque, and sometimes crucial time is wasted in all these activities, religious activities. As a rule, when somebody asks me that the patient is on treatment and we want to see a priest too, our standard answer is, that's fine. If you want to run some religious activity parallelly, we do not have any problem with that. But the religious activity cannot be a substitute for the medication. If you think that you can take the child to some temple or mosque and you can stop the medication, that is not done. That is not recommended. That is strongly not advisable. But if you think that medications can be continued and side by side you can also see some priest, that is perfectly fine. So guys, the reason for making this video is that if you know somebody, if in your family or if in your neighborhood somebody is going through these symptoms, please tell that person and the family members of that person that this is a psychiatric disorder called schizophrenia. It can be treated, and if something of that sort is happening, please go to the nearest psychiatrist in the government setup or the private setup and start the treatment. Schizophrenia is treatable, and if treatment is taken in time, the results are good. Thank you.